got Mr. We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna let him intro himself. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let him intro himself. Talk to the people, let them know that you're here.
Yo, what's going on? Live and direct in your radio station. It's your boy SunIzOut, aka SunN.Y. Pronounce it Sunny. Either way it goes, make sure it's about the money.
Period. That was my first question.
Right.
That was my first question. So, Sunny, SunN.Y, SunIzOut. Which
Yes.
one?
I mean, you know, even when my name was SunN.Y or is SunN.Y, I always thought it would be able to be pronounced Sunny as an acronym for Son of New York. But then as you grow and mature and you evolve as an artist, when social media came about, because Sunny wasn't easy on the search engines, I would go with @SunIzOut, kind of in the sense of like, boom, the sun is out, like a bright Saturday day, or like a bright Saturday morning, you know what I mean? And so that's how I kind of looked at it. So with social media, it was SunIzOut, SunIzOut. And then as I started going more independent, building my own website, building up my brand, my web designer, my man, Mr. Soul, he was like, yo, you know, your new fans is following SunIzOut. So as you start doing your music and putting out projects in this day and age, you know, just, you know, make the evolution, because, you know, SunN.Y, Sunny, that was definitely a great time and era in my life, but the man that I've become and the light and the illuminating person that I am these days, like the sun is definitely out, and it just kind of fits what my life is about, you know what I'm saying, as a grown man these days.
Yeah. All right, so I know that you got a new album, 40 Acres in the Low. Let's talk about that. Let's chop it up about that a little bit.
Okay, yeah, so 40 Acres in the Low, it definitely was inspired by my man Web Low sitting over here to the left, my man
Shout out.
and my man D Polo that's out there somewhere in the town. And we took a couple trips in 2019 to New York City. My man D Polo took us over to the Polo Mansion. We've always been fans of Ralph Lauren, of the Polo brand. And the instrumental in the background is from a record called Ralph's Coffee off of that project. And we went to the Polo Mansion on Madison and we had some Ralph's Coffee. And I was just inspired by the whole trip, you know what I'm saying, with some real friends from ever since, like, you know, my early 90s, you know, living in Rochester. And the whole project was kind of done in like 3 days, just inspired off of that one trip. You know what I mean? Just a genuine bond of brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, between those two guys. Actually sent me to the studio. The record's produced by my man, Probably Rob from Local Astronauts out in Inglewood, California. And we banged out 4 projects at Headcrack, my man from the morning shows and all that, and his studio in Atlanta. So 40 Acres in the Low out now.
Yeah. Now where can I get that?
40 Acres in the Low, you can definitely get it at SunIzOut.com, SunIzOut, but it's also available on Tidal, iTunes, Spotify, anywhere else that you're streaming music nowadays.
All right, so I wouldn't be the favorite homegirl, Sierra Monet, if I didn't ask the questions that Rochester definitely want to know. All right?
These questions coming from Facebook, or they coming from, or is they coming from a private source that wanted to know something for real about it?
So they coming from me.
Okay.
And because I'm somebody that's been a fan, as I'm a local music fan from the heart. So I've been a local music fan. I've known you pretty much Sandbox days anyway, but I've been a fan of yours since 106 and Park, since all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been a diehard, support every project, everything that you've got out. So Rochester want to know.
Yes.
I want to know what happened with JD. What happened with that?
Okay, so what happened with Jermaine is that, let's just say, you see how me and you are here right now, we have our history.
Right.
We all know the industry is built off of relationships. And shout out to 105.5 The Beat, the newest, you know, they're the #1 radio station in Rochester right now. Relationships and me being here today is even one of the industry perks because of our relationship. Shout out to my man Lester Pace for establishing his new station. So me and JD was on a media run, and I could say by like the 5th major city media run, I could feel the cold shoulders and the side eyes from the DJs or the PDs, and then it trickled down to JD. Because, you know, they would be like, so SunN.Y, man, where you from in Brooklyn? Or you from Queens? And I'd be like, nah, I'm from Rochester. Because, like, when you're not from Rochester, and if you don't travel outside of Rochester, and if you have, then you understand when people be like, oh, what part of New York you from? And you say Rochester. And you catch like the, oh, that's the upstate, or that's the country. So me being who I am, you know, I would defend that. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'd be like dead in the middle of Philly, and it's like, oh, we're up on New York, you're from Rochester, oh, we from up there. So that actually kind of played I feel like that even kind of played a role in Jermaine's confidence of trying to break me as an artist,
Right.
because I didn't have Brooklyn to fall back on. I
Right.
didn't have Queens. And, you know, lo and behold, he realizes, like, you know, he's not from one of the prominent parts of New York.
Right.
So, you know, I take that, and like I said, I was being me. I got my record deal within 9 months of leaving the town. So my Rochester mentality was full blown. So any friction, you know, I wasn't.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
We want all smoke.
All smoke.
All smoke.
All
Y'all
smoke.
know how we come.
All
Rochester,
smoke.
we want all of the smoke.
All smoke, you know what I mean? Shout out to my man Cuzzo, because he wanted all the smoke.
I bet.
You know.
Shout out to Cuzzo. Yeah. So listen, now you see the movement that's going on in upstate New York, right? Shout out to the Griselda Boys. Shout out to Griselda Records. What's your affiliation with them? Because I got a track in my email.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got that exclusive, huh?
So
Yeah,
I got
so-
that track in my email. So what's your affiliation with Griselda?
My affiliation with Griselda is that my man named it's a guy from Toronto named Apple. He opened up an establishment for hip hop artists out in Atlanta and Little 5 Points called the Swag Garage. At the Swag Garage, rest in peace to my man Cujo and my homie Fire. They used to, like, you know, draw artists and underground artists to the garage. And working hand in hand with my man Just King, we started this thing called On My Hip Hop Ish. So Conway and his man Malek, aka Chef Drag,
Yeah.
they used to
Malek.
pull up.
Shout out to Malek.
Shout out to
Malek.
Barbara Malek, Chef Drag, yeah. So they used to pull up to the Swag Garage, and, you know, we used to hang out. And at this time, I believe I had like a digital situation with Raucous Records. So I was already out of my social thing, and I was in California. So that's where our initial togetherness started.
That's super duper dope. Because I remember, and I'm just going to segue into my next question, because I know this answer. But I know some people in Rochester don't know this answer. So I'm not going to answer it for them. I'm going to let you answer it. Have you ever attempted to put anybody from Rochester on? I know the answer already.
Okay, so yes, I have.
I know.
In a sense of assistance, providing a network, even providing a place to stay in Atlanta. Yes, I have made that attempt. You know what I mean, to put you know, a few artists from the town, at least put them in position.
Right.
Because, you know, when you say putting on,
Right.
some people
Hey,
that take
no,
that as
you can't
100,000
really-
to chain the Benz and the crib in
no.
Stone Mountain.
Just
you know
the
what I mean?
knowledge, just the
tutelage.
input, exactly.
Yeah, I've always given my tutelage, given my advice, because you know, when I got my first deal with Jermaine, I even told all my friends at one time, I said, let's consider this a sacrificial position, because nobody from my area has ever had a major record deal. I'm about to be the first one to put a real step into the game. And if it don't work out, let's learn from it.
Period.
And from that, I could teach other people certain moves not to make. And that's what I've done throughout my career and throughout sustaining my career, you know.
Now, do you feel like in the industry, since that situation didn't work out with So Def and JD, that you was blackballed in any type of way?
Again, it was people from the industry that told me that, you know, I probably went about my situation incorrect. But again, we didn't have no Rakims, no Jay-Z's, no Biggie Smalls. We didn't have no big homies from the industry to tell us how to conduct ourselves in the place of
Not back
business.
then. You was the big homie. This is what people don't realize. When you got your deal,
Right.
you was the big homie. It was
Right.
so many people that was aspiring to be you and wanting, like, seeing that you got your deal and just automatic. That's kind of like the Rochester mentality. Like, we see one person do something and we like, dang, that could be us. But they jump instead of
backing it and
Right.
realizing, like, somebody got the ball in their court, we should
Let's
all get
support it.
behind this. We tend to be like, oh, word,
You know
he
what,
good,
they did it,
you
I
know
can do
what,
it too. I'm
I'm gonna
better.
go do my thing and take care of myself.
Yeah,
And, you know, that's not even in music, that's just in, you
that's
know,
in life.
black
That's how
culture,
it-
period. That's
Yeah.
that's kind of a mentality.
Yeah.
So, that was the case, though, you know. I made a big step, I took a big risk with it, but I was willing to do it. And through that, I learned a lot. And, you know, today, with the independent game, whether it's from the town or abroad, you know, I could see, especially here, I could see those that has been influenced even by me taking that leap on life.
Right.
You know, because you couldn't tell nobody back then, you know, I'm gonna move to Atlanta and I bet you I'm gonna get a deal. Shout out to my man Abe. My man Abe used to always inspire me. He used to pick me up and like pop a bottle of Moet and all that, and he'll be like, yo, son, spit. And after I get done, he'll be like, yo, I'm telling you, if you took it serious, it could work. So in my memories of immediately remembering somebody that kind of pushed me over that edge, he's definitely one of the people that when I got my deal and when it happened, I was like, dang, like, it's real. And I know everybody around me saw it was real. And till this day, whether it's Lil Etho, Pounds, Griselda, like we've all been here 15 years.
Right.
And nobody could ever tell me that my situation didn't give us all validation and clarity, like, yo, we from here, but if we make moves, power moves, we going pop.
Right.
You know, so we popping.
All right, so I see you still do your music, you still take your music serious. Everything is fire right now, especially, like I told you, you got that 40 Acres and the Low project out. But on Instagram, I also see you serious about your fitness. Because he's up here looking like he did when he first got his deal back in the day. This still is, so you got the Fountain of Youth going on. I see you be cooking, I see all of that. I pay attention, I told y'all I'm a fan.
I had downloaded the Benjamin Button lifestyle to my soul. You know, it's
saying it, but I look a lot older.
You know what I mean? It's, you know what? Shout out to the late great Gerald Levert. I was in Atlanta driving, my daughter was in the back seat. Came across the radio, Gerald Levert passed away. He was like 47. At that time, I was like, wow, so that gives me like a rough 20 years to exist. Living the same type of lifestyle, you know, cognac, chicken, fried food, how we eat. And I had a revelation with myself. And so I got in a health kick, and I was just telling my man today in the gym, like, yo, it's crazy because I've really been on it for like a decade. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing to just really maintain your health. But yeah, Sucker Free Athletics on Instagram, SUCKA Free Athletics. You know what I mean? If y'all not in tune, get in tune. I definitely provide workouts. My other page, at Fat Kid in a Fit Body. Shout out to my man DJ Dynamic. He makes the best baked mac and cheese in the world. He sent me the recipe over the holidays. I banged it. So we both know how to cook. But again, I give all that credit to me being an artist at heart. You know what I mean? Whether it's lyrical, culinary, or physique, because you know body sculpting is an art. You know what I mean? And you know maybe this summer I'll come back and do a show, take my shirt off and show the ladies how that man is sculpted. You know what I mean?
We with it. Now I keep hearing you talk about people in the town saying that they feel like, well, not even people in the town. When I asked you if you was blackballed, people said that they feel like you should handle your situation different, right? How do you feel? Do you feel as though you should have handled your situation different?
Let's say this, especially with today's society, right? I do wish that I would have had more time around the cats that I'm still friends with in the industry to this day, to have understood how to handle it, instead of like probably lashing out, you know what I mean, or letting my cousin lash out at management, because now that I see everything does have a protocol, you know, sometimes you may want to fall back and let the person that think they're the smartest one in the room be that, because maybe they lack confidence and self-esteem in themselves, so that's why they're going to power trip. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot, and yeah, I wish I did handle things different, because you know back then I could say I was probably playing checkers. Today I'm playing chess. You know what I mean?
So what would be your advice to? Because I know you're familiar here on 105.5 Beat. Give local artists a platform. Something that in Rochester hasn't been done for a long time. Even when you was here, it was hard to get with.
It was hard.
So, what would you give? What advice would you give to the local artists in Rochester?
Okay. The advice I would give y'all: if you have the support of the DJs, you have the support of radio, you have a great fan base. The next thing you could do is put together a budget and travel. You know what I mean? Make a way. I know South by Southwest just got canceled because of the coronavirus. But when things get better, make your way to situations like that. You know, get 5 of your best friends and school them to marketing and promotion. Take a trip to a major city. You know, if y'all got the bread, get 2 sections. Pay the DJ to play the joint. When your song come on, both of y'all throw it up. You know what I mean? So you want to get out and travel. You want to network. You want to try to spend time at different cities. And when you go there, make sure it's about the music and about who you are. and stay focused because it's a whole new ball game. You know, it takes a lot of groundwork, but to garnish your fan base is all going to come off of the quality and how much you let the people be in tune with you.
All right, so before you get ready to get up out of here, I'm going to play y'all, because y'all heard the instrumental in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Ralph's Coffee for y'all. So intro this record.
Yo, this is my joint produced by my man Polly Robin and Local Astronauts. It's called Ralph's Coffee. It's off of my EP, 40 Acres in the Low. Make sure you get that. And after the show, meet us at 166 Meg Street at Capacity. Let's go. Sierra, 1055 The Beat.
We lit.
When I moved to Atlanta and was doing a battle thing on the radio, I seen how Atlanta took over the music industry. The HBCUs, the people from the students from HBCUs, they intern on the radio. They from DC, Detroit, California, all over. And then the local artists, from Atlanta, they in the top 10 with like Jay-Z and Ja Rule or whoever's in the top 10.
Right.
So if the local artist is in the top 10 on a national, on a Clearwater or Clear Channel radio station, then it's like, then the labels is like, well, who was spinning behind Rihanna in Atlanta? Like, we never heard of them. And then when the label called the station called the artist called the DJ called a nigga with the bread behind it, and next thing you know, Atlanta stays on top forever. And I used to try to bring that to Rochester, like, yo, like, y'all don't realize if y'all let this artist rock in the top 10, the spins is calculated. If they did their business right, yes. And then that trickles down to the label, saying, yo, who is this person that's number 7 in the top 10 on prime time or the mix show?
Right.
And then it spills over, so like,